Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Workplace Boundary. I'm your host, Yo Bangjian. The topic we're going to discuss today is one that many of us have experienced before. So just imagine this. You got home from get off work and open your phone and post a message on your WeChat moments. Perhaps it's just a complaint about tired of work or of your boss. And the next day at the office, the HR talks to you first. And before you know it, your post have become an appropriate commentary. So the question arises, is WeChat Moments our private space or is it an extension of company management? Well, to explore the issue comprehensively, we have invited four guests today. There are totally two employees we have invited today, Qingqing and Xiaojiang,
Hello.
a professional lawyer, Jingjing,
Hi.
and also we have invited Miss Yang, a company manager.
Hi.
They will each share their perspectives from different angles. Well, so firstly, I'd like to invite our four guests to state their respective position. And I think we can start with Miss Zhang. Okay.
I have to be honest, speaking on behalf of the company, once you are on the company payroll, what you say on public platforms isn't purely personal anymore. If it affects the company's image, the company had to step in. I think your social media time after work belongs to your private life. Monitoring personal expression means private space might as well not exist.
Well, I think the issue isn't about who wants to cross the line. It's like the line itself is not very clear. Some comments just venting. We'll talk to friends. I feel harmless, but once you post it online, it becomes a public stance, and the meaning changes. Companies worry about their image, but if the rules are too strict, employee will feel unhappy. I think there needs to be a balance.
Legally speaking, clocking out doesn't mean you are 100% free. But your boss is also not the king of your living room. And the law doesn't care about your stance. It only cares about the clear boundaries.
Okay, now we have already listened to all the guests' remark. And I'd like to ask you to answer another questions that may help us to break the ice. Does complaining about your company count as crossing a line?
I think the line is actually very clear. If you are getting paid by the company, you are the part of the company. When what you say is public and if it affects the company's image, then the company has to manage it. This isn't just about emotions. If competitors see it, that's when it's really become a problem. Boss, don't you think this a bit too much? My personal account doesn't list the company or show me in on uniform. It's just an ordinary personal venting. How does that hurt the company's image? You can't expect me to take responsibility just because of a possibility you are imagining.
Hey, let's calm down for a second. I think we need to look at this in a balanced way. Tiantian is right. Personal space should be respected, but the director's concerns also make sense. That side, if the employees is just venting, the company should try to communicate first instead of sending a termination later right away.
Well, since the atmosphere is a little bit tense, right? But don't be rushed. And I'd like to now to turn to our professional lawyer, So, Jingjing, could you please give us an objective view of this kind of cases?
Okay, sure. I think don't overthink it. The legal boundaries is crystal clear. Just low leaks, low lies, and low discrimination. That is your freedom. But if your contract said don't do it, honey, if you sign it, you own it.
That sounds fantastic. And now let's move on to our second round of debate, okay? I remember our guests just mentioned a term named stockling in their discussion before. This can lead to our second core questions. Do companies have the right to monitor employees' social media? How is the boundary between the public and private defined legally? So, Jingjing, could you please give us some specific legal or real life cases according to this?
Okay, listen up everyone. Actually, this is a debating topic across the global world. And let me break it down for you. First, let's back to our Malaysia. If your boss want to fire you, not so fast. Because according to the section 20, they need a just cause or excuse. And if you talk trash online or leak secrets or violate the social media policy from your company, that is legally called gross misconduct. And trust me, this is a one-way ticket out the door. And next, look at two classic international cases. The case number one is from the US, 2022, Koleski and the American Airline. This guy posted racially insensitive stuff online, and the results, the court said you're out because it violated the company policy. Bottom line, firing him wasn't discrimination. It's just about upholding the company's values. But flip the script to Australia, 2025, the Anthony Latoff cases. He is a famous journalist, got fired by the ABC just for reposting news about Gaza. And what did the court rule? Unfair dismissal. Why? Because procedural fairness matters. A company can just use executive intervention to fire you over political views. So think before you click post. Are you fighting for justice, or are you just holding your resignation letter to HR?
Okay, it is very clear that both in Malaysia and other countries internationally, there are already relatively mature legal provisions and highly relevant real-world precedents for this type of cases. Well, so I'd like to ask you again that what are your thoughts after hearing this type of cases?
These rules and cases actually prove my point. Company policy is the key. As long as we clearly state in the employee handbook what can be said and what can't, our management is compliant.
Both. Let's not just focus on what's convenient for management. Where the Coastal Sky case had its points. The lot of ruling in Australia actually sided with the employee. That shows the law is evolving. Companies can't just hide behind company values to overreach into our private freedom of speech.
Laws provide a clear framework, but life still needs to go on. Therefore, at the end of our program, I would like to invite all the guests to make a brainstorm to avoid such kind of lose-lose conflict. Laws provide a clear framework, but life still needs to go on. Therefore, at the end of our program, I would like to invite all the guests to make a brainstorm to avoid such kind of lose-lose conflict. And based on what cases we have just mentioned before, what specific classical and practical suggestions do you have now? So I think which one want to be the first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So the simple solution, physical separation. So I've learned my lesson and now use separate accounts. So my work account only posts the safe nature stuff. My personal account is private and only for close friends and family. So keeping work and personal life separate, and you avoid most of the trouble.
My advice to the company is to communicate transparently. No more sudden crackdowns. If the company has issues with certain types of posts, make that clear upfront. And don't force us to post ads on our personal feeds. Respect has to go both ways.
I agree. As management, we make our social media policy clear during onboarding. We don't just tell employees what they can't do, we explain why. And we make sure any termination meets the standards of just cause, with no legal risks left behind.
My advice is practical. Consult legal. First, before you fire, check the process. And remember, lot of keys. Procedural fairness is the key. Employees, take the billboard test. If you post what's on the company front door, would you cringe? Yes. Then delete it.
I think everyone's remarks just now were excellent. And at the same time, our program also interviewed some passerby beforehand, and we asked them to share their view on the workplace privacy issue. So now let's turn to watch a clip from few of our interviews.
Hello everyone, welcome to the straight interview segment of Workplace Boundaries. In our studio, the guys had a lively debate about whether companies should monitor employees' social media accounts. So for those of us navigating in between work and live every day, we are actually should that boundary line be drawn. Today, we are hiding the strings to ask a few people for their thoughts. Do you have two social media accounts? Is separate? One for your work and one for your personal life.
Actually, we didn't mix up with our personal life and the public place with the social media, right? We were asking for the social media. So we just, especially we use the social media for personal life and for the anything working, we use another concept like marketing strategy. But this, we actually don't mix up the social media and working place in this. Yeah, it's like personal life and social media have to be separated from the social media. Because if your personal life is personal, yeah, something we upload in social media. If you're asking about the anything in the social media like FB, Instagram, we do for marketing our cafe. Work for work, how that, and for personal, we really different.
Yeah, personally speaking, I do have one for my work and one for my personal life because for me, I'm a quite introvert person, so I would like to healing myself by myself. So, if I have two account, one for my work and another one for my personal life, I will have my own space because I can share my daily life. No one can see it. I think it's separate.
Okay, so if your boss or colleagues frequently liked or commented on your personal posts, would you see that as support or would it feel like pressure?
Yeah, definitely I will feel pressure. For example, during my working, once I post my daily life for weekends, I'm going to hiking with my friend and I just post my pictures and then my boss see it and ask me, oh, you have a happy weekend, but we stay in our
office and still working, but you are happy in outside. So this time I say, well, we do need to separate our life and working because we need to have space and also have our own time for rest and in order to have an efficient working day. So I think I will have pressure if I'm not separate my work and my social media, my daily account.
Thank you to everyone who shared their perspectives with us today. This has been our straight interview for workplace boundaries. Now, let's back to the studio.
Technology blurs boundaries, but law and wisdom can help us redefine them. Through this program, I hope everyone can find their own safe space in both the workplace and life. Thank you to all the guests today. We're expecting to see you again in the workplace boundary. Have a nice day.
Okay, bye.
请怎么样？